Good evening, everyone. So tonight we're going to try to fix this little Pikachu plush toy. It's an official toy made by Tommy. I bought it at GameStop for about $20 or $30, and the reason I took it apart is because normally when you press the belly right here, the ear wiggles and the cheese lights up and it says something, but the plunger no longer works. So yeah, I'm already opened it halfway because I have to prove that I can open it before I start the video. So what you do is that the way you open this up, you cut the zip tie right here, which was like holding the battery door in place, and then you just kind of pull the entire thing out of here. You'll see how it works when I try to put it back in. So as soon as I pull this out, and what I noticed was that this little button, there's a screw right here, you take it apart, and suddenly this thing doesn't pop up anymore. So I'm gonna leave this like that. Hopefully I won't break the wires, and then I don't know what to do after that. So let's put this away, and I'll open up the back. Alright, so the cover came off, and let's find out how it works and see how we can fix this. Let's see. So you have this plunger in the back right here, and this little hinge. Okay. And this little hinge is probably stuck right here, like this. So it's probably looking like this, and when you push on the plunger, then the thing slides up and wiggles that top ear right here. Okay, and yep, and also activates this button right here that will that cause this circuit down here to say something in the speaker. So, and it seems to me that this plunger seems to be very stiff. So we will find something to lubricate this plunger. I think that will solve the problem, because the plunger simply springs back by the action of these two springs up here. So suppose you push, and it goes up and then comes down. So alright, okay, and this little arm right here probably activates this button here. So with that idea, I'll find some kind of lubricant and probably oil up this channel groove right here, and also this little plunger where the plastic touches. Then that should solve the problem, and we'll see how it goes. I'll be right back. I don't think the repair is that hard, but the harder part is for me to find some kind of mechanical lubricants 12 a.m. in the morning, and all I have tonight was this is called nut sauce for guitar strings. I think this is a very expensive stuff for like just a tiny little tube. But you know, I haven't been playing guitar for a while, so let's make it useful. Alright? But again, is you don't need very expensive stuff for this purpose, because this is just a tiny little toy, and also you won't need a lot of this. So just a tiny little bead where the channel is touching, and I'll put this on just to spread it around a little bit. I mean, the root of the problem is not this plunger anyway, so it's I think it's mostly with this bigger plastic piece right here. So as the tip touches this plunger here, I feel a little resistance and scratches, like particularly right here. So definitely I think that tells me that this is where the problem is. So you don't have to use a lot. I think I barely use like maybe maybe a half a gram or something. Alright, that's good enough. Fine. So let's put this back together. Actually, I think the buttons are a little even more challenging than the rest of the stuff. I hope you can see. You should be okay. So to put this back, this two holes matches with this pillar right here, and the switch goes with these two posts here. Alright, so let's put this together and see how it fits. Alright, cool. Okay. Okay. Let's give this two posts a little treatment too. Okay. I have to pull this out before I fit the plunger back in, and make sure you don't yank on the cable too hard, because these wires are really coming apart. Alright, now the switch, and then the bottom. So make sure these two wires still leave the housing properly. Come on. Don't worry about that. So carefully line it all up. These two wires are going to be a problem, so while you watch everything fits, see? Alright. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, because of the way it works, you probably only find out if you fixed it after you screw this whole thing together. Okay, so it looks like so there are two knobs that you have to match. So as I apply pressure, it just goes right down. Alright, looks like the fix is definitely is very successful. I'm going to test it out with a battery. Alright, so off. Demo. Alright, let's go to a normal mode. There are 3 switch positions. One's to turn it off, one is on for normal operations, and the other one is for demo. Demo is when this thing is in the store, they'll put it in the demo mode so that you can play around with it, and then just your kids just force you to buy. All right. Alright, that's enough. Alright, so the next challenge is to push this whole thing back in. Now, as you push it in, make sure these two goes into the ear. And I don't know. Hopefully, it's not much problems. I don't know how the manufacturer put it in to begin with, so this would be just some kind of guesswork. There will be a lot of guesswork involved. Maybe they have a little fork to hold this thing open while this goes in, which obviously I will have no access to. Yeah, I don't even know if I could successfully put this whole thing back in and make it work again. which is why I'm not sure if this video is going to leave my computer. Alright, let's feel for it. Where did your little antenna go? Alright, too far. You could use a little force with this 2 years, because back when we had it outside, you see that how it was held by a spring, so it's pretty flexible in that regard. That shouldn't be too much of a problem, but rather you need to get the whole thing in completely, and that means this thing, this electronics, this housing, it needs to go in there. Right. So I think that's where you need just kind of, oh gosh, the belly needs to go all the way in, otherwise it's not going to pop out. Yep, looks like it's not going in completely. That's like I said, that's my biggest concern, because once you have no way to control how this thing goes into the Pikachu. There's no way for me to find out how deep this thing goes, or how I can put this in. Oh gosh. Maybe I'm just stuck here and this thing is gonna be permanently outside like this. This is gonna be funny. Is this thing working? Well, at least I know I didn't break anything yet, so I think I need to take a step back and see how I can shove these two things into this. How do I do this? I mean, if I really want to give up, I can just cut that 2 years off and and make this only a belly button push thing. Because you gotta understand that the whole spring back, the action to spring it back up relies on the free movement of the ears. So if the ear is stuck in a certain position and it doesn't come move, then this thing just won't reset, right? Okay. I'm pretty sure I can feel this here. All right. I'm not sure how to do this, seriously. Because I'm pretty sure, I mean, the screwdriver was able to go all the way in. I was able to poke my screwdriver all the way in. So the path is definitely there. Although not all the way. It's like right here. The tip is like all the way. Okay, I was able to get it all the way in there. Damn. maybe I just push, because there's a sleeve in the middle. So maybe if I push the sleeve properly through the cavity of this doll, maybe I'll have an easier time poking these things through. So let's try that. I mean, it looks good. This one looks good. Alright. So once you poke these two sleeves all the way in, now let's try again. Looking good. Looking good. So the top actually now reaches the black tip. So let's push this little belly in and put this guy through. Let's see. It's looking promising, guys. So what happens? Oh, still broken. I wonder why. Looks like once you push the button, there's not enough strength to move the ear back. Ah, okay. So this has nothing to do with the lubrication of the thing. Unfortunately, I think this is fail. I mean, at least maybe I'll give it partial success because now you can actually activate the button. But as you may notice, that once you push it, it doesn't. The ear does not bounce back, so therefore not pushing the plunger back up. So I would expect it to pull back like this, so I can push it in again. Which means I misdiagnosed the problem being a lubrication of the plunger, but it could mean that the spring is no longer as strong as it used to be, or it could also mean that when I put this thing back together, it's still not in the right position, so that because when it's not in the right position, then the spring doesn't have enough strength to push back the plunger. I think I spent enough time on this guy. I mean, if I'm really into this, I could pull it back out, look at these two springs that push these two things back, and somehow make it stronger. But I think I'll stop here. And to wrap it up, you see the zip tie here. When you try to take it apart, you have to cut the zip tie right here. So to put it back in, you string a new zip tie and then cut it right here and put it as tight as possible. Now I'm not gonna do it today because I don't know. I think I mean, not in the mood too. So anyways, hope this helps, and I'll see you next time.